Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm truly humbled and I appreciate this opportunity so much. Thaba has mentioned, my name is Galoome Shopane and I am a media practitioner based in Thaba Nchu in the Free State. So my project today that I'm going to be presenting to you is Ikemele Rise Up by Coffee Color Communications, where we are about the rural experience. So Coffee Color Communications has a project called Ikemele Rise Up, and what we are about is we are for the rural experience. So myself as Galoome Shopane, at the moment I am a one woman show, but hoping to, when we go into the rural areas that we're going to be working in, that we will collaborate with other media houses, local radio stations and such. So I have over 10 years experience in community media, ranging from radio to newspapers, and I also have a BA in media studies and an NQF5 in film and television production. So Ikemele is interested in community development through digital storytelling, exposure, and presentation using solutions journalism. We are driven by rural communities who do for themselves, hoping that we can show and inspire other rural communities to also stand up and do things for themselves. Hence, Ikemele literally meaning stand up for yourself. So our value proposition is that we produce original content by rural communities, about rural communities, for the consumption of rural and non-rural audiences. And we aim to follow and rebuild the plans and the solutions that have worked and failed in various rural communities, hoping to provide insights and lessons that can lead to more meaningful change in other rural communities, and also breaking down stereotypes about rural communities, while we're also creating a platform that represents rural communities, because we know that representation matters and we cannot be who we do not see. So our ecosystem mapping, our strength is that we are producing original content while also creating a different platform for rural media, as opposed to what they already have now, which is local radio stations and newspapers. Our weakness is that we are entering into an untested market and a lack of resources. For instance, I was going to shoot a story 2 weeks back, and then if I had my own car, it would have taken me 15 minutes. But then because I had to use public transport, I had to travel about 2 hours. We are taking advantage of the opportunity of the internet, which presents an opportunity to attract audiences from all over the world, and also changing the narrative about rural communities. We know that we are still dealing with high data prices and the poor network infrastructure in rural areas, which are threats to us. Our mission is to give rural communities the exposure and to portray them in a way that they have never seen before. And then our objective is to partner with rural communities in producing and curating their own stories, and also trying to motivate and inspire them and to come up with their own challenges and celebrate their successes. The strategy that we'll be using is using solutions journalism and also social networks, media networks that are already available to rural and global audiences. Our tactics, we will use platforms that are accessible and popular to rural communities and global audiences for content distribution and marketing. The political landscape that we're functioning in it's good that we are in an online world where it is borderless and anybody can receive our content, but also in terms of rural communities are more highly political areas and royal house influences, and economically, most of people from rural communities, they rely on social grants, many of them, and then we also have the high data cost. Socially, we have the potential to create awareness and entertainment for both rural and non-global audiences. And then technologically, we will be using cell phones as our medium, and environmentally, because we're using cell phones, we are going to be paperless. And then our stakeholder mapping is that we're going to have to manage our royal representatives and community leaders closely, while keeping our audiences and national global media informed. The large part of our market size will come from rural audiences, and then a small chunk will come from activist organizations. We will also have national media companies and global audiences as well. So our market segmentation is that we're looking at selling some of our stories to national media companies, and also working with activist organizations and probably tertiary institutions, where we also our customers will be rural audiences and other urban or global audiences. So our industry competitor analysis, I have put BBC Africa there and Wikisisa, as well as Health E-News, because these are the media platforms that I like their content and I look up to. And then where we want to find ourselves is where we produce high quality content at a low cost. And then our marketing channel, we're going to be using social media, and also distribution. We will be using Instagram, TV, YouTube, WhatsApp, and our website, as well as social screenings, because we are dealing with community, with rural communities. So I just want to thank Jamlab for the opportunity and for validating affirming my idea by accepting me into the accelerator program. The knowledge that they gave me the knowledge that I wouldn't have known where to start looking for, or what kind of information to search for. And in the past couple of weeks, I've been suffering from depression and anxiety. And as a person who suffers from extreme anxiety, I had to find myself and tell myself that on the other side of anxiety, or on the other side of fear, is greatness. And that is the message that I would want rural communities to live by.